The piss goes in circles and you wait and then you're like, ooh.
And then it donates to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
But yeah, so I'm doing this music video show right after this, and I have to roast a music video of my choice with other comics on a panel, and I chose Kid Rock, Ba Wada Ba.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the video.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, were you like? Did you know him much when you were growing up?
When I was a kid, like I knew his hits. It was like because it was like all new metal-y shit. So it's like I kind of like was aware of him, but I wasn't like a huge fan of him.
No, I thought nobody was. Like I liked Ba Wada Ba because it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I probably liked it because I was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe I also thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But I figured like everyone kind of.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like huge Kid Rock fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they exist, I would love to meet. Actually, I would not like to meet them. They're probably insane.
I looked at some of the comments on the video. I was like, what are people saying these days? There's so many people that are like, who's here in 2024?
Oh my God.
Anyone around in the chat under the video?
Oh my fucking
Like they're trying to like
God.
have a chat room style hang about Kid Rock's first big hit.
That's so insane.
But so many of them, like most of the comments weren't making fun of it. They were like,
yeah,
man, this guy rules. I remember this. I remember my grandma liked this song.
I also feel like in like the last like year or so, he's come back to the cultural conscious because he's like a super right wing guy.
Yeah,
and like
he
loves
shot
Trump.
a bunch of Bud Light
That's
cans.
Right. Yes,
which I did not know about until I was like prepping for the show.
Yeah,
So what happened was I knew there's controversy around the Bud Light thing. I didn't realize it was because Bud Light sent a transgender person a Bud Light, and then they like advertised it on their TikTok.
Yes.
Like that was part of it.
Yeah.
So then after that happened, Kid Rock filmed a video. I should look for it.
Mm-hmm.
He filmed a video where he's shooting a pack of like a case of Bud Lights with an AK, like one of the big guns. Yeah. I don't know anything about guns.
He has like
Sorry, Dad, I don't know anything still.
He has like an AK and he's like, this is what I think about big Bud Light.
Yeah.
And just like shoots it all up. It's like a 30 rack. It's so insane.
It's crazy.
It's like, it's crazy. It's so funny.
I wonder how many takes.
I know.
You think he kept resetting it up?
Dude, I would love to like go.
They had to clean up all the spill.
Yeah,
it took like 10 minutes between each one.
I know. I would love to go like frame by frame to look for like hints that there was multiple takes. Yeah. Oh my God.
They cut it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like continuity errors everywhere.
Like the sun is in a different position.
Yeah. His hat's like slightly to a different angle as well.
They cut together every word he says. Every word he says.
He's just glitching the whole time.
Yeah, he's like, this is what I think about Bud Light. He like could not take a real take. This is what I think about Bud Light.
His body too is just like shifting.
He's like in different parts of the frame. Oh God, that'd be so good.
We should do a sketch that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got too many things on our plate. We're never gonna do it.
This sketch is just like, imagine if he had to take a lot of takes if he couldn't get the like, have you ever seen that video of like Mike Tyson? He was trying to do like an ad read for Comcast.
Sorry, I'm still laughing so hard at this. I keep reimagining it. Sorry. Okay, so Mike Tyson
doing like an ad read for Comcast.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. It's worth like playing on the pod.
Okay.
Mike Tyson.
And he just keeps messing up?
Yeah, he keeps saying like Comcast and stuff. Oh, here it is. Hold on.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Comcast Cable Vision. Comcast Cable. Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me fight Peter McNeely on Cock Cable. Cox, is that what it is? Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Salmon's Cable Vision.
What? Salmon.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Samsonite Cable.
Samsonite Cable? It's so funny.
On Cock Television. It's like, what the fuck?
That's like that SNL sketch where Sean Connery's on it. and it's like Jeopardy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like ape tit for 1,000.
He's
or
like
whatever.
S-word or swords.
Yeah,
Yeah.
swords. Man. Yeah. So, though, I read a little bit more about the Bud Light thing.
Okay.
People are confused. Well, it's confusing by itself, but people are also like, did he really mean it? Because like a week later, someone got a photo of him drinking Bud Light, like he's back to normal.
Well,
And then he has a bar he owns where he sells it. He didn't like change anything.
well, that's the thing.
It's just a big stunt.
That's the thing is like he just gets mad that trans people exist.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fuck Bud Light, and then doesn't think about it after that.
He
You know
was
what I
just
mean?
trying to get like Chappelle to let him open for him or something.
I know. Yeah.
If I just say this,
Dave
they'll get
Chappelle
his
and Kid
attention.
Rock.
Yeah. The combo.
Oh,
Kid Rock,
God.
though, man, I'm surprised. He was like apparently really hanging with all these other guys, like Fred Durst and him. They were like in each other's
okay.
things. Kid Rock and Eminem used to rap battle each other.
Yeah, I
Crazy,
remember that.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew about that?
Yeah, I feel like I've like seen videos of it or something.
Like before they were big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I saw it on like VH1 or something.
Yeah.
They had like old videos of it.
Yeah. So I've been preparing for that. I've listened to Ba Wada Ba probably 50 times in the last 24 hours. And I wrote a bunch of notes, and I'm definitely not prepared enough for this show. I don't
think
to say.
I don't think you really have to be that prepared.
Nah.
You'll be able to watch it and make fun of it off the fly.
Yeah, and I
you
think
know?
while I'm up there, the other comics have to talk too anyway.
Totally.
Like
yeah.
everyone chimes in.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Chime in.
Chime in.
Chime in.
Chime in whenever you want
Whenever
on
you
this
want.
pod.
Oh, we should do the intro.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Worthless Clowns, a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Brittany Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. And follow the podcast on Instagram at Worthless Clowns. And follow us on YouTube. Fucking type it in. Get
And we got
over
a
there.
TikTok going.
We have a
It's
TikTok
on
going.
its way.
It's on its way.
Yeah.
Nobody watches it, but you know,
Hey.
I've been thinking about just posting the most we've gotten like there's some posts we've gotten a lot of traction on.
Yeah.
Because they're angry men in the comments.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
Post
should
those
just post
ones.
those first.
Yeah. Like the cheerleading one
Yeah.
and
The one about where you talk about like a date that you went on.
People hated that.
People really hated that. That was
Only the
so
men.
insane.
The women loved it.
Yeah. It's like they didn't like listen to
They
the
all
clip
just
at all.
took it very personally, I think.
Yeah.
And no one heard the point of it.
They're like, I need to know all the information.
Yeah.
You know,
This
and it's
happened
like-
to me.
It's like you literally want me to be mean to you. Like that's it's like not anything that you can fix really.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah. So what's up? You've been
Fucking-
sick.
dude, I
I
was
haven't seen
sick
Allie
for
in a
a
week.
week.
That's why I cried within the first 10 minutes of the podcast. Cried laughing.
I've been sick as
I'm overwhelmed with happiness right now.
been sick as a dog, dude. I've been
Yeah.
so sick, so exhausted. But I'm on the up and up. I'm doing all right. But I was so bored. I was like gnawing at the bars of my enclosure.
You
It
watched
was
some good
awful.
TV?
Oh, I watched Baby Reindeer.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
My brother kept being like, my brother like texted me a few times to watch it.
Yeah.
And then while I was sick, he was like,
Hey, just checking in. Have you watched Baby Reindeer yet?
literally that.
It's me.
He was like, hey, what's up? Have you watched Baby Reindeer? Also, your location hasn't changed for a really long time.
Oh.
Because we have each other's location on
Yeah.
our iPhones,
Yeah.
just like in case and whatever. And he's like, it says you're still in Indianapolis.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like let me update my phone
just
or
checking
whatever.
your body wasn't left there or something.
Yeah, and he was literally like, you don't have to. It was so sweet, and he was like, you don't have to like, I don't know, if you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to share it with me.
Oh,
but like,
did he think you unshared it?
I think that he was like, I just check in just to make sure that things are okay sometimes.
Her
Which
brother's
is
very sweet.
So sweet.
The reason I'm checking in is I'm checking in because
He's
I want
like,
to know.
he's like, it just gives me peace of mind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how often are you checking my location? Like, I don't mind. Like, he could do that as much as he wants. But I'm like, is it
Yeah.
like every day?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, Allie's at the grocery store down the street.
also,
from her place.
I'm like, how would you know? He doesn't know New York at all. He's
Yeah.
never been to New York City.
but it shows the map, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like,
He
how
doesn't
would he
know like if you're in a safe place?
How would he know if I'm
I
like
guess.
dead in a ditch in Bed-Stuy or at my apartment in Bed-Stuy? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know.
He probably tracks the movement.
Maybe.
He probably has his own little whiteboard with a map drawn on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah.
he puts your location
Yeah.
with the time stamps.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I hope
he's
not.
like, phew.
Oh, thank God.
I do though. Whenever I get nervous because I haven't heard from a friend who I normally hear from more, and like I've reached out and haven't heard back. Sometimes I'll be like, we probably talked about this. I'll go to their Instagram and be like, oh, they were active 5 minutes ago. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
No,
never
totally.
told them. I don't go, hey, so I just looked at your Instagram to check if you were active because I got worried because you didn't respond to my message.
That would be such an insane thing to do.
I know. I only do the half insane part.
It would be like, that would be reasonable if you like were supposed to hang out and then they didn't show up.
Yeah.
And then like you didn't hear from them.
Uh-huh.
Like that would be a reasonable response to that.
Which part?
Being like, hey, I'm just checking in. Are you okay?
Like actually messaging.
Yeah.
But I'll just see the time and be like comforted. Sometimes.
Yeah. You know what we haven't talked
or
about?
I'll be like, well, they were active 10 minutes ago. So if they are dead, it happened recently.
Yeah. It happened just now.
Yeah. Well, it didn't happen when I started worrying about it.
Yeah.
So I was wrong, I guess. What were you going to say?
You know what we haven't talked about on the pod at all?
The toilets.
Wait.
Not my dad's toilet.
Wait, what toilets?
The toilets in the studio.
Oh.
I finally took finally.
Well, I was going to say the Indianapolis Zoo.
Oh my God. Yeah, the zoo.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're so much more excited about the toilets than you are about the zoo.
The zoo, well, the toilet feels like something I have to get done.
Well, no, talk about the toilets first because you clearly need it.
So this is, you know this. Every time we come here, I go to the bathroom before we get on set. We got a green screen now, by the way. Oh, you can't see it.
You should, I wish Connor could like zoom way out.
This is all green screen.
Because this looks like a real fucking set. It's crazy.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? Like all
Yeah.
the lights and shit. You guys can't see it, but there's like real shit going on over here,
Yeah.
especially with the new addition of the lights. This feels real.
We should
it
green
is real.
screen ourselves.
Sorry, Connor. It is real, but it like feels so fucking legit, especially since we started it in somebody's basement, in Connor's basement.
Yeah. We should go back to our very first recording there and look at the differences. It's hard to even remember. We should go find the differences for our fans. They're just all over the place. It's like the easiest find the difference ever.
Yeah, it's like, well, the location is different. The chairs are different. The equipment's
mental
different.
stability of the hosts, the same.
Different. Yeah, they've seemed to have gotten much older.
Yeah. Rapidly. What was I looking for? Oh yeah. So every time I come here, I go to the bathroom, and every time I go, I'm like, we gotta talk about the signs that are in the studio toilets. Because they're just...
And every time we go to the bathroom after the pod, usually, and then you're like, oh, I didn't
like,
talk about the toilet signs.
And so now I have probably, I would say 25 pictures of the toilet signs.
Yeah, because you keep taking pictures
every
of that.
time I come here, I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk about the toilet sign. And I take a new picture, so it's recent.
Yeah.
I should scroll through and see how many I have.
get it.
So the signs, apparently there was like a flood, and whoever owns this building is like freaking out about it. And there are so many signs in the stalls that are like, here's what you can flush and cannot flush.
Yeah, it's like literally
don't you dare do this.
In each stall, there's probably
stall,
4 stalls. There's four signs.
It goes all caps, all of its caps. There's also a picture of a toilet on one of them. Like you can't imagine the toilet that you're on.
In case you didn't know what a toilet
sitting
was.
on the toilet
you
in
can't
the
connect
stall.
the word to the
Wait,
image.
what are they talking about? I need a concrete image.
Yeah.
When flushing the toilet, please make sure that it is flushed. That's underlined like a bunch. Put only toilet paper in, nothing else. If there's one more flood, everyone in the unit will suffer. It doesn't say suffer, but it basically does. If there's one more flood, everyone in the unit will be responsible and charges will apply. Management, also in caps. And then there's another sign.
There's a sign that's a box full of like tampons and like baby wipes and shit that they took out of the toilet system.
There's a picture on the outside of the toilet that is, it's pictures of used tampons that have flooded. They're like in a box that's like wet from the tampons being in there.
Yeah. They're like, this is what's in the toilet. This is what we found in the toilet. It's so gross.
It's disgusting. And their signs are all over the place. And then there's another sign inside. It's like they're all written by different people. So you heard the yelling one, right? And the second one's like, lately, the sewer has been backed up and the sump pump stopped working. We were advised by the sewer company to let all tenants know the problem and please be careful with what is thrown in the toilet. And then it goes, please throw only toilet paper and definitely not baby wipes. Thanks for your understanding and your cooperation. Like the tone is so different, but then it still yells.
I know.
That's like when that guy, whoever this is, like was under control for a moment.
Yeah.
And then he got so revved
And then his
up
meds
again.
wore off and he wrote that last line.
Yeah, he thought about the baby wipes and he's like, fuck!
Yeah, I know.
I gotta get mad! Yeah, and then there's a picture version for anyone who can't understand.
What not to
I'm
flush.
so glad we finally talked about that.
Yeah.
It wasn't really worth the anticipation, but I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't have to worry about it anymore and take any more pictures of those signs.
That felt similar to me not giving May her
Her
wedding gift
until a year
so
after.
I thought about it for a year and I finally did it. And I was like, oh man, what a relief. Indianapolis Zoo, though.
We went to Indianapolis. Brittany opened for Shafi, and I hosted.
Yeah, Shafi Hussein.
Shafi Hussein, he's a comic. He's great. And one of the days we went to the zoo. The zoo was incredible. The zoo is so fucking awesome.
And it really balanced out the previous night of shows that we did. Well, one show that was like a real struggle.
Yeah.
For all of us.
Yeah, the first show was terrible. It was so
very
crazy.
hard.
It was very, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was just so hard to get them. It was
They
insane.
just wouldn't stay. Like, they wouldn't stay with you.
Yeah. No,
they
exactly.
weren't even like, some of them were drunk, but it wasn't because they were like mentally not there.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know. They just kept leaving.
Yeah, like during my...
Not physically, but
like they're... Yeah, they kept like drifting away.
Yeah.
But like my hosting set, I did like a few riffs that they really liked. They didn't like any of my jokes, but they liked the riffs and like interaction with the audience and stuff. And then like I thought I would get them, and then I would like tell a joke, and then they would all blink at me. It was so weird.
There was so much blinking. When you notice the blinks, you're really not doing well.
I know.
If you notice blinking and ice sounds in people's cups.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's the worst.
So we did that, and then we're like, I guess Indianapolis fucking hates us. That was the first time I've ever been there or performed there.
Yeah.
And then
first time I performed there too.
And then we went to the zoo the next day. Zoo was incredible.
The zoo... It was probably one of the best days of 2024.
Yeah.
Like, I already know it's going to be one of the best, even without going through the rest of it.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah. And we got caricatures drawn of us.
Oh, yeah. I'll post a picture of the caricature.
We got to fucking post a picture.
We look like Beavis and Butthead, kind of.
Yeah.
We don't really look like ourselves, but you can see it.
You can tell who's who because, like...
You can tell who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. I have a nose ring.
Katrina came into my apartment the other day, and it's hung on my fridge.
Oh, my God. I love it.
And she's like, whoa. You guys look kind of bad. She said something like that. And then it's next to the one of me and Dwayne that we did at Coney Island.
Yeah.
And that guy, like, I don't know, he made me look too pretty, I think. So it's like a huge contrast in the like way these two people saw us.
We look so insane.
Yeah.
But, and then my favorite part of the zoo day is, I'm going to pull up the video. Don't say what you say in the video, but you know.
Yep. This video sums up the whole.
So basically, we were in the like ocean part of the exhibit or
aquarium?
Whatever. I guess like the aquarium part of it.
Yeah.
And Brittany was looking.
The dolphins were awesome.
Dude, the dolphins were fucking.
Penguins. I'm just going to name animals for a while. I hope you guys are all fine with that.
So we were looking
my
at...
My memory's doing animals right now. I got to get through my animal list.
Yeah, you're like, whales, ducks, penguins, dolphins.
Jellyfish.
But we were looking at the seahorses, and you know, Brittany loves horses, so of course she's gonna like seahorses.
I love seahorses,
and I mean they're beautiful.
Just really, they're like they feel like they're not in this world.
They look like little fairies.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
They look like magical.
They're so cute.
Yeah, and they're like tiny and they float around and they're a weird shape, and you're like, how do they propel themselves?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're like a fish that doesn't make sense, but I'm glad exists.
They feel like ballerinas too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're like delicate.
Delicate.
Yeah.
What's the word? It's similar to delicate and elegant. There's another word.
Delegant.
Delicate. No, I mean it means
delinquent.
Delinquent, yeah.
They're delinquent.
That does sound pretty.
Yeah, delinquent. I know, it's like one of those things like that like could be a beautiful name if you didn't know what it meant, like chlamydia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Delinquent. So I'm like taking a video of the seahorses, and then I pan to Brittany. I think this is the video. I pan to Brittany, and she, unprompted, not knowing I'm taping, says this.
Magical little boy.
You have to see the seahorse, though. He was a magical little boy.
She's literally like, magical little boy. And then like the camera's like this close to her face, and she's like, magical little boy.
I meant what I said. I will never take that back. Magical
it's
little
the
boy.
funniest video I've ever taken.
I remember one time I went to a zoo, and it was with my family, and we were kind of making, like, I noticed, you know how when you go watch like chimps, right?
Mhm.
I love watching chimps, but they'll like be doing stuff and everyone's like into it, and everyone around you is like saying, they're like making up what's going on.
Oh, people are like riffing on the chimps.
Kinda, yeah. Like they'll pick up some cabbage that's in there, and someone's like, he's eating a salad, you know? And
Yes.
I love like making fun of those people, and like it's so silly, but then I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like a magical little boy.
Yeah, but the difference between what you're doing and what they're doing is like they're making jokes that you would make in like an office,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, magical little boy.
I know, that's not even a joke.
I know.
It's really just how I was feeling.
Yeah. You're just being like genuine. You're like, magical little boy.
Little boy.
Magical little boy. Should we get into our stupid stories?
Yeah. I feel like I could talk about the zoo for an hour.
Oh my God, me too.
But
when we got to the comedy club the second night, we told everybody in there, we were like, this
We
zoo
went
was
to the
awesome.
zoo.
We love your zoo. Oh my God.
I know our energy was so different too.
Yeah.
'Cause we had a good time. And then the second show was fun.
The second show was fun because we had zoo energy.
Yeah.
And then when I was in my hosting set, I was like, even during my hosting set, I was like, your guys' zoo rules. And like nobody laughed about it. I was like, you guys haven't been to the fucking zoo? I was like, your zoo is awesome. To these like poor people who are like probably tourists.
Also, the whole trip. So when we arrived at the airport, there was a sign that said Ball State University, and Allie could not stop
Dude.
talking about it.
Dude, fucking Ball State.
Yeah.
I went to fucking Ball State University. Right before I got my fucking undergrad in Ball State, and I got my master's at the School of
Did
Hard
you do
Knocks.
that at the show? I forget.
No, I forgot to talk
okay.
about it. Dude, fucking Ball State. I took 2 pictures of that sign.
Yeah.
When we
One on the way in, one on the way out.
Yeah, I was like, dude, Ball State. Fucking Ball State University. I loved it. I love the idea of Ball State. This is so funny.
What do they do at that university?
They teach you how to ball.
Yeah. You
And
think it's all
stuff.
types or
No.
just cool ones?
Balling
right?
is
I'm burping.
basketball exclusively.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's not throwing a tennis ball in the park or a cafe or
Maybe
anything.
it's about like having a ball.
Yeah.
They go to the zoo. They go to the zoo there. That's what they do at the university.
God, I love that zoo.
You
We
pay,
were like in an enclosure with kangaroos, like 3 feet away from them, and they weren't restrained.
No, they were just out and about. They did
Yeah.
not care if we lived or died, though.
They didn't care.
They didn't care about humans.
Yeah.
But it was really cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I love zoos.
It was such a, and we got Dippin' Dots. I fucking love Dippin' Dots.
While we were at the
dude.
zoo, I was like, man, I want to go to the zoo every day.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I want to work at a zoo.
Yeah.
I was feeling that
know.
way there.
Yeah.
I would like to work at a zoo, but
Oh,
I
it was
just don't
so
think it'd
sick.
pay enough.
Oh, and then there was, so there was a dolphin thing, which was really fucking
Yeah.
cool. You like walk into this big, huge dome,
Mhm.
and like the dolphins are like swimming around
They're like
you.
swimming on top of you and doing a little dance together.
Yeah.
A little friendship dance. They looked like a friendship necklace.
Yes.
You know when they have the dolphins
Yeah.
like do the little
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
where
yeah.
they're
The
kind of like
69.
yin-yang? Yeah, 69.
It's a 69.
This is motorcycle horse again.
Yeah, you're like a yin
A
yang.
yin-yang.
And I'm like, you mean 69? So there was like, we were in the dome. You could see through the dome, through the water. There was like a conference room.
Oh, I forgot about this.
And there was
Yeah.
like a conference going on. I guess like schools or like businesses can like rent it out to like have an
and like
excursion.
visiting researchers are like, here's what
Yeah.
we found out or whatever.
And so I look through this fucking window. Hold on. Oh, I look through this window and I see a like PowerPoint slide up on a screen, and it says anesthesia escape room. Will your patient survive?
And it had a picture of an animal on it, right?
No, it
Does
had a picture of a lady.
Oh.
It was
That's
like a
weird.
lady doing a talk about keeping your patients alive through anesthesia.
But it's animal patients, obviously.
I
right?
I don't know. Let's see.
It has to be. I don't know why they would do that as a zoo.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this like hospital has a bunch of money,
Yeah.
and they were like, "We'll do this talk in like a fun place." You know what I mean?
Maybe.
It
I
says
bet it's for zoo animals.
it says anesthesiologist, but it
Yeah.
doesn't say if it's like veterinary or whatever. But anyway, yeah.
Escape room.
Yeah. Anesthesia escape room. Will your patient survive? Dude, I would love to see that movie.
It's like so. I mean, we do comedy, so like saying stuff like that doesn't seem weird. It doesn't seem like oversensitive or anything because it's just ridiculous.
But it's weird to see fucking doctors.
It's weird
talk
to have
that
a
way.
doctor do it. It's weird to have like a scientific talk that's like escape room. Like,
Yeah.
are you gonna beat death?
This is like your
Like, it's,
mom.
like, funny.
This is like your mom with the pictures of amputees.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Where it's like, oh, I guess like you just have to not be sensitive to that kind of shit if you're watching people get their
Yeah.
arms chopped off all the time. You
Yeah,
know?
I guess maybe it's like you have to be lighthearted about it because you are making people unconscious, and there is a risk that they won't escape
Yeah.
the room of unconscious.
There's a chance they won't escape the room of unconscious.
You know what's funny about these, like, because like I work in science, and I see a lot of these papers, like titles like that.
Yeah.
What's funny about those, like it's like one side of the colon is like something weird,
Yeah.
like this anesthesia escape room, and then the second part is like what they really mean.
Yeah.
Right? It's just weird. It's like, will they escape the anesthesia escape room or whatever? I said that better. And then the second part is like, what we mean by that is how do we ensure that our patients are coming out of unconscious? Like then they say this like really long, like boring
Yeah.
version
to
of
like
it.
describe it. Yeah. They want to like make it like catchy and sexy and whatever.
They're like, check this out. And then they're like, actually, it's not that cool.
Yeah.
It's like always a letdown compared
And
to
then it's like proper
first half.
dosing.
Yeah.
We should get into our stupid stories.
Yeah, we should. Okay. Should I start? I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was trying to choose between two in my mind.
Okay.
In my little mind.
You were like, yeah, we should.
I was trying to choose between two, and then I kept thinking of animals again. I'm like,
I
get
know.
out of my head.
I watched you look off into the middle distance and black out. And I was like, are you okay?
You're like, she's thinking about bugs.
Yeah, and I'm like, God, I can't get her to stop thinking about the fucking seahorse. That was a magical little boy.
I'm gonna do the shorter one because I think we don't have a ton of time.
Okay.
Okay, so it's related to science stuff too. When I was in grad school, I was like super nervous all the time because it's so stressful. My advisor was like very hard on us too. It was like I was just scared all the time that someone was gonna be mad at me. And they were mad a lot. Everyone was mad. Everyone's critical of you.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's changed in my life either.
Well, that's probably why you went to grad school. It felt like a safe space
It
for
felt
you.
like where
like
I belonged. Yeah. So it's like my first year, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like up all night, every night, trying to like keep myself on track with stuff.
Yeah.
There's way too much to do all the time. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to go to like my first conference where I had to give a talk in front of a bunch of people. And it would be like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes or something.
Damn.
And talking about my research. This is the first time I've had to tell a lot of people about my project and like know what I was saying, really.
Yeah.
And so I was like very nervous, and it took a long time for us to like, every time someone was doing a talk at a conference, we'd have like a conference prep day where we'd all sit around and watch each other's talks and give feedback. And they'd be like, basically, you got to redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I have only one more day. It was like so stressful. But
Jesus.
I mean, eventually I got good at it and it was fine. But like the first couple times were just like miserable.
Yeah.
And I gave the talk and they gave me my feedback. Afterwards, I was working on it.
You gave the real
fixing it.
talk or the
I gave the practice talk to
Okay,
my
yeah.
lab. They gave me my feedback. I was stressed out that night, like finishing it up. We had to like fly out the next day or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like making all these changes. And then I went back and looked at my data for my project. And I realized somehow I had misunderstood the statistical test. And so the differences I was pointing to for my talk were not really there in the way that I needed them to be there to fit with like the things I was trying to say.
Oh my God.
The night before.
Was this data that you collected or somebody else collected and you interpreted?
This is data I collected and I interpreted. And then I don't know. I never made that mistake again, but I was like, oh, I was interpreting this side of it when what was really being shown was this much less interesting thing that like no one cares about at all. It's like expected or whatever. So I realized that and I was like crying and stuff because I'm like, oh my God, my advisor's going to be so pissed. And then I would talk to my friend in the lab and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. We'll just talk to her tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. And like, we can still find a way to make it make sense with the rest of your stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like panicking a lot. And then the next day we were all at the airport lounge and I'm just like on my computer. I'm like, oh, my slides, my thoughts. And I told my boss about it and she was mad, right? But then like, I like messed up big time again because something she would have us do when we were running our experiments, like before we started running them with real people, she would have us test the program.
Yeah.
And just answer in the way where it would show the data you're looking for so that you would know that the program was accurately recording everything.
Yeah.
So then once you looked at the output, if it showed you this thing, like in the exact way, like people say true more to these and false more to these, for example.
Yeah.
If it showed you that, you know that your program's running correctly, right?
Yeah.
So she would have us like test it a few times before we ran it on people. And so I had those data in my data set as well, but I was always excluding them because I knew that those were just the testers for the program.
Yeah.
And I was too new to be like, you'd never put that in a real data set, even though it's excluded.
Yeah.
But to me, I was just like, everything goes in there and I know these ones aren't real.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And so then I reran my analysis at the airport in the morning of the conference.
Yeah.
And I accidentally left them in because I was so stressed. I was like not thinking. I accidentally left them in and then my results looked perfect. And I was like, oh, I guess there was no problem at all. And I got excited that I was like, oh, nothing bad happened. I was just like so happy that it wasn't true that I made this big mistake.
Yeah.
And so I like ran over to her without thinking. And I was like, look at my perfect data. And I was like ecstatic. And she was happy too. She didn't like question it a lot. She was like, oh, okay. Right. And then I went back and I realized what I did and I had to tell her. And then she got mad at me. It was awful. But I was like, I'm so stupid. I put my fake data in my in my data set. So within 24 hours, I like misinterpreted it. I had misinterpreted it for like a month, right? The first time.
Yeah.
And then I misinterpreted something that obviously couldn't have been true.
Yeah. You like interpreted it wrong multiple different ways. Like over an extended period of time.
But also then in quick succession.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not real at all. And then like the next day I'm like, check it out. Look at this. It's like unbelievably good.
So did you ever get it right? Like what did you present?
I don't really want to go into the detail of what it is, but I had multiple experiments and the ones that tested the question better actually did show the pattern.
Yeah.
And then we ended up replicating those. So we still presented the one that wasn't that.
Yeah.
And it still like kind of made sense with like the theory and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was fine, but it was just like this big drama right before my first talk. And also it's like, I'm still trying to prove myself to my advisor. Like I'm still new.
It's like your first year.
Yeah. And I'm just like messing with the data so badly.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's my stupid story.
Wow. That's the smartest stupid story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, to me, I'm like, I don't belong here. Look at all the stuff I can't do.
Yeah, totally. I know
I'm
what you mean.
seeing what I want to see. As soon as it looked good, I was like, perfect.
You're like, I'm the worst scientist ever.
Yeah.
So my stupid story is nothing like that. If you can even imagine it. But so when I was like going to community college, living at home, working 2 jobs. I worked at Home Goods in the back room, and I was working at Briggs Corner Pizzeria.
What's the back room, like stalking?
Yeah, so that like at 7 a.m., like the trucks would come in, and I would take all the boxes off of the trucks, and then I would unload them and then organize all of the merchandise.
I used to love this kind of thing.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then I would build all the furniture to go out on the floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. I worked there for like years, and then like in the last year that I was there, I was like a 19-year-old girl managing the back room at a Home Goods. It was insane.
That is insane.
It was so wild.
I drove a truck around in college, like a half, it looks like a semi-truck, but it's smaller.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, for
It's
what?
Not as tall. I would like do deliveries for like all the food places. So I was also emptying trucks of boxes. I was like backing up in this truck. And I was like, beep, beep, like all over the campus. I had to like roll down the like ramp. And stuff. It felt like way too manly.
Yeah.
And I was like young. I was like 20 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, it was fucking nuts. But I worked at this like pizza place, and I had gotten a crush on one of the delivery drivers.
Oh.
And
I wanted to be a delivery driver so bad.
dude, I would love to be a delivery driver.
I thought it would be
Just
so
fucking
cool.
everybody would just like fucking, they would all ride around and smoke weed constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Except for the weed part. I don't like that. I'm not good at smoking weed.
Yeah.
But I like had a crush on this guy who like worked as a delivery driver. And like we started like texting, and then he was like, oh, we should like hang out or whatever. And so we like, he picked me up from my mom's house, and then we went and like sat by a lake and drank a bunch of beers in his truck.
Oh.
And then he's like, you want to go back to my place? And I was like, yeah. And then we go back to his apartment, and he was living in the basement of his parents' place.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
And
How old was he?
he was probably like 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, I have to pee really bad. And he's like, oh yeah, the bathroom's right over here. So I like, and the bathroom's like in his bedroom essentially.
Yeah.
And so I was very self-conscious of him hearing me piss.
Yeah.
Because I was like 19 or whatever. And so I like, you know when you do the trick where you like sit on the edge of the toilet so your pee stream hits the bowl instead of the water?
No,
and it makes,
I've never done this
Oh,
trick.
I do this all the time.
Smart though.
And it makes it hits the bowl instead of the water, so it doesn't make as much sound.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I stopped peeing, and then I looked down, and there's piss all over the floor. I'd pissed.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be hard to not piss on the toilet seat.
Well, I've successfully done it before.
Yeah.
But this like toilet seat had this weird like shallow place in the front. So like it was hitting the bowl, but then it was leaking out of the front.
Oh.
And so then my socks were wet and the bottoms of my pants were wet with piss.
How did you explain that?
Well, I cleaned it up with toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like so much toilet paper because it was so much piss.
Oh, man.
And there's no way I was like so drunk. There's no way I cleaned it up properly.
Yeah, yeah.
Took my socks, balled them up, and then put them in my purse. But my pants were still wet.
Yeah.
So I took off my pants, and then I walked into his
You're
room.
like, I'm a fun girl.
Yeah, and then I fucked him.
Because of the pee?
Yes.
Because you're like, I don't know how to explain why my pants are up. Also smart. That's so funny.
And then I fucked him, and then I like.
Did you come out and say something about your pants being off, or did you just come out and you're like?
I was like, I don't know, whatever women do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was just like, nah, you know?
You just stand and lean on a thing. I've never done this, obviously.
Yeah,
but
I don't even remember. I was like probably close to blackout drunk, and I was like, I guess we're having sex because my pants smell like piss. And then I like fucked him, and then I went home, and then
Would you have slept with him anyway, you think?
I don't think so. I don't think I would have. I kind of didn't want to.
Yeah. What are my options?
I coerced myself into having sex with a man because I pissed on my pants.
Yeah. But you wanted to have sex more than you wanted to tell him you pissed on your pants.
Yes.
So you kind of wanted to have sex.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I
If
mean, it's like kind of a
neutral is-
Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't unattractive. I just like wasn't very into him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left his place. I went home. He kept texting me, and then I like never texted him back. And I shortly after that quit that job.
Yeah. I bet if you had not left the pee, but if you cleaned it up badly and it still smelled like that, he probably would have blamed himself. He probably would have
Maybe.
been like, I'm a gross guy. Oh,
Yeah,
my mom.
men piss all over the
I
floor.
don't know how to take care of myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live in my parents' basement. You know,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, he's 23, so that's fine. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he's not like. I can't imagine he was the cleanest man,
No.
and I don't remember. So
Man, I used an all gender bathroom the other day, and it had the urinal, right? With
Mhm.
the, what do you call it? The stuff at the bottom of the urinal
urinal cake,
cake.
cake.
When are they going to make that better? Like, because it's like you go in and it smells like mint or cologne
Yeah,
mixed with pee.
yeah.
Like,
I
how
don't.
come they can't cat litter? Not cat litter, but you know how cat litter like neutralizes? There's
Yeah.
no smell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the smell of the cover up thing.
No, totally. And also, like, having the urinal cake in there soaks up pee.
Ugh.
And so it's like you're keeping more piss
Ugh.
in there instead of it going down the drain.
It's
you know what I mean?
disgusting.
Yeah. Men should just piss in
Can't they
toilets.
just have better draining urinal? Did the urinals never have water go through them?
I think when you flush a urinal, Connor,
So there is a flush.
I think you flush a urinal and it's like, instead of water sitting at the bottom,
Yeah.
like water rushes down. Connor, how does a urinal work?
You got it.
I'm correct?
Yeah, there's flushy ones and flushless.
Okay.
What are
so are the
flushless
cakes
ones?
for the flushless ones?
I actually haven't seen the cake as much in the flush.
Okay.
Flushless ones are just like a hole in the ground?
I'll have to pull up a photo.
It's probably just the angle of the urinal, like,
Oh, it's just like gravity and it
Yeah, I
goes somewhere?
guess.
It's like, so it's like a hole.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like more pointed to it. Or
Yeah.
something.
It's like a funnel.
Yeah.
Man.
It's like, you know, those things at malls with the pennies that you put in and they spiral down? It's like, it wouldn't work with that one.
Mhm.
It goes right down.
It's like that for piss.
yeah.
It's like one of those penny machines,
Do
but
they
for
have
piss.
those, Connor? They have those, right? Those penny piss things where the piss goes in circles. The piss goes in circles and you wait and then you're like, ooh.
That penny piss thing?
You make a wish.
Yeah. And then it donates to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And then they give all your piss to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, fighting childhood cancer. Should we get into our
Yes,
posting?
We gotta get into the post.
Sorry, I'm having a phlegm. Dude, you know when you have phlegm that's stuck between like your sinuses and your throat?
Yeah.
I have that right now.
Oh, that's the worst.
Hold
and
on.
It makes it feel like you're talking differently.
Oh God. No, I just like feel it up there. Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay. Oh, what the? How did I go to a YouTube? A YouTube?
Brittany's trying to. How did that go to a YouTube? Dude, I feel like I'm watching my mom on her phone. It's crazy.
Well, it keeps going to this Kid Rock video I was watching. Oh, here it goes. Okay.
All right, we're reading a post from Am I the Asshole? From an internet user.
Am I the asshole for calling out my boyfriend's duck obsession?
Hell yeah, dude.
My boyfriend, 27 male, and I, 23 female, decided to move in together for quarantine. Everything has gone well. We both work from home and have barely left the apartment. We split the chores, have a cooking schedule that we mostly follow, and even coordinated alone time with each other. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, last week during this alone time, my boyfriend captured 5 of the ducklings that live around our apartment. He claims that their mother was nowhere nearby. I have a hard time believing this, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Man, I bet those ducklings are so cute.
I know. I love
Oh,
ducks. They're so
Me too.
cute.
They're so goofy.
I know.
When he showed me, they're not even trying either. They're just like so
they're
cute
just
and goofy.
hanging out.
Yeah. They're always like kind of like, huh?
I know they're always like, I love it when they have you seen this video of somebody, they have a bunch of ducks in a, like they have a farm or whatever, and they have a bunch of peas in a bowl of water and they put it down and the ducks are like, it's great. You'd love it. I'll send it to you.
I would love that
We'll
video.
post it on Instagram.
When he showed me the ducks, I expressed my concern.
What kind of concern?
I told him the ducklings grow fast and will overrun our apartment, plus carry germs. He said that he gave them baths when he brought them in. I don't think you're supposed to wash them with soap
Yeah.
because they got that natural oil, right?
Yeah. Unless they're in an oil spill.
Yes.
Then you can wash
you
them
need
with
to.
Dawn dish soap.
Exactly. We've all seen the commercial.
I know. And also, like, I have a bottle of Dawn at my apartment right now that has a baby duck
They're
covered
still
in oil on
advertising
it.
the ducks?
Yes.
I mean, it's not like it's not true anymore, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean, there's still oil spills, but it's like, get over it.
are they the only brand that gets to use the duck oil spill?
I have no
Do
idea.
they like have dibs on that?
They definitely have a monopoly on that market
Yeah.
of dish soap to clean oily ducks. Dawn dish soap, the only dish soap certified to clean oily ducks. Dude, what if Dawn keeps like putting holes in the pipes in the ground?
Yeah.
So then there's more oil spills.
Yeah.
So they can keep having those commercials with the sad ducks.
Yeah. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Same.
He said he gave them baths when he brought them in. When I asked to contain them in one area, he refused, saying that they deserve as much space as us. He said he's welcoming them into our family and will treat them as equals.
As
You're
equals.
treating a duck as an equal?
5 ducks as equal to the humans in there?
What are you gonna like go shoot hoops with these ducks? You're treating
Also,
them as
if
equals?
there's a Democratic vote,
yeah,
they're fucked.
Apparently, this includes turning our heater to 85 degrees. He's also spread old newspapers all across our apartment and put down water dishes that constantly get spilled. I've stepped on their food more than a few times and have resorted to wearing shoes 24/7 to avoid grain between my toes. I know I should have put my foot down when he first brought them in, but he's been so bored with staying in that I thought it'd be okay for him to amuse himself for a while. I keep burping. I figured it wouldn't be long before he released them. I was wrong. He is attached to the ducklings. Of course he's attached.
Yeah. They're little animals in the house.
Yeah. Even just thinking about them, I'm attached to the ducks.
I know.
I'm
sitting here
attached
being
to
like,
imagined ducks.
I know, yeah. Hypothetical
I
ducks.
really, really thought about them walking around on the paper.
I know, and being
and
like
how much
tap,
fun
tap,
I'd
tap,
be
tap,
having
tap,
with
tap,
them.
tap, tap. Yeah.
God, I love these ducks. He named the ducks to honor their connection to the earth.
What?
They're called Twig, Bumble, Seed, Sprout, and Pebble.
Okay, Seed is a terrible name.
Seed.
Seed is insane.
He probably thought it was cute.
Yeah. He's like,
It's like Sid.
okay, grass, dirt,
Dirt. Dirt's good.
manure,
Eat shit, cut dirt.
pile of dead leaves, bog.
Bog. I can't think of anything. I don't know why I can't think of anything.
Dead tree, forest
Yeah.
fire.
Moss? Did we do Moss?
There you go.
Moss is a cool name. That's like the cool kid of the ducks.
Yeah.
Backwards hat.
Yeah.
If I call one duck, if she calls it duck, he gets upset and says I'm disrespecting it. We treat them as equals. Does he serve them like their food?
He's like, excuse me, his name is Seed.
Yeah.
Do not call him a duck.
I forgot to tell you when I went to Raleigh. So the guy we stayed with, he has a dog named Elaine. She was amazing.
Oh my God. Incredible.
She was a Saint Bernard.
Oh.
Such a sweetie. Oh, love that dog too.
Huge.
She was huge. She's like very picky about eating. And he like, I mean, I think part of it is that because he does this for her now,
Yeah.
he was like he was like frying up ground turkey for her for 30 minutes and then serving it to her. But before serving it to her, he's like blowing on it. And he does this for every meal for the dog.
My brother does that for his
Really?
dog.
He's about to have a baby. I'm like, you're not going to have time for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
Man.
fucking, my brother makes like ground beef for his dog, but it's for health
every
reasons.
meal?
Yeah, but he will make like a bunch of ground beef at the beginning of the week and then put it in the fridge.
This dog apparently wants it fresh and warm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They're like, don't serve me this turkey cold.
He's like doing it on a cast iron pan. It's
That's
like
so
a
insane.
nice meal. When I mix up the names, he gets frustrated, saying that I should know Pebble is the most brown with a few yellow spots, while Seed is much lighter than the rest. But to me, they all look the same. He kept his word about cleaning up after the ducks, but our utility bills have gone up from the constant heat, and how often he washes blankets.
Oh my God.
They're just pissing all over blankets.
He should put diapers on the ducks.
We treat them as equals. He like lets them pee and poop everywhere.
I know. Yeah, that is
I don't
not
think
equal.
that's equal. Nowhere is safe from poop except the closet, and one of the ducks has been poking its head in between the accordion doors. It's only a matter of time before they get in by accident. When I pointed this out, he started talking about how proud he was of Bumble for being so smart.
Dude, he became a full-blown duck guy.
This morning, I woke up to one of the ducks on my chest. Apparently, my boyfriend set up a ramp to the bed after I was asleep so his babies could experience true comfort. You know who this sounds like? Casey James Salango.
Yeah, big time.
I bet he's doing this in their
is
apartment.
Big Casey energy.
Yeah. No, we treat them as equals.
Yeah, he would bring home 5 ducks and then take over his apartment with
He
them.
told me, I saw him last night at Corey's birthday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about his special. Remember you went, right?
Oh no, I was.
You weren't there.
I was coming in from Chicago.
He
that
had
night.
like a taxidermied fox on the stage.
Oh my God.
Which is cool. And he was telling me like that's in their apartment now. And it sounds like he treats it like the cats. Like he kisses his cats goodnight and he said he did it to the fox, but he had to stop. It's so funny.
Oh, God.
Casey James Salango, follow him. Watch his episode.
He's so funny.
He's hilarious. So this ramp is going up their bed. She wakes up. I completely exploded. I told him he's a grown man who has no other hobbies except worshiping poultry.
That's kind of fucked up to call them poultry.
Yeah, it is. You're really like grouping them. They're individuals. This one's lighter with fewer spots. This one, Bumble, is real brainy. Worshipping poultry, and they're incapable of caring about him. She's worried it's an unequal relationship.
Yeah, this is. I'm like, I understand where she's coming from, but I don't know if I'm on her side.
Me either. Also, I would really welcome this during quarantine.
Yeah, of
Over
course.
COVID. You don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. It could be the last time you're alive.
Yeah,
You really didn't know then.
but maybe you should like get a baby gate and keep the ducks in one part.
Baby
of the
gate's a good idea. He told me I was being overdramatic and that he's been on top of caring for the ducks, and I had no room to criticize him for saving innocent ducklings.
Mm-hmm.
He's been ignoring me all day. I've overheard him venting to a couple of the ducks. Oh, man.
Oh, we all went a little crazy.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
I feel bad for exploding on him. The ducks are annoying, but he's right that he's been taking care of them. This is just, I really can't stop imagining that this is Casey. This is cute.
This is adorable.
I think it's cute.
I feel like I would do this.
I would do this.
I don't know. I'm on his side. Those ducks fucking rule.
I'm on his
And I haven't
side.
even
I
met
do
them.
agree with partitioning the house a bit.
Yeah. There
Even
has
just
to
for
be
their safety.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they're going to get into stuff.
Yeah.
Just like you would, like, I mean, that's what doesn't make sense. You would partition a house a bit for any other pet, like a dog,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Or like
At least when it's a puppy.
yeah, especially like a young animal.
Mhm.
Like I remember when we would get kittens, we would keep them in our bathroom for like until they
Yeah.
were old enough to be out in the house and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think ducks rule.
Me
and this
too.
girl drools.
This is like, you know when an idea gets in your head and you're like, I guess I have to get ducks too.
Yeah, I know.
That's how I feel. I'm going to be a duck girl.
Dude, yeah, you talked about how you loved birds because you want them to laugh at you. So I could definitely see you being like a duck lady.
Duck Ducks, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say. I just think they're cute and fun. And I wish I was this guy over quarantine.
Brittany can't stop thinking about animals she likes.
I would much rather be doing this than like, what was I? I was having like a wine cooler every night at my parents' place and sitting in a room alone doing Instagram comedy shows.
Oh my God.
I want the ducks.
Yeah, I want the ducks.
Yeah. I probably would have developed a lot more
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah. You would have become a mother.
Yeah. We got to move off of this because I know, yeah. I'm really just sitting here like dreaming about ducks.
I know, it'd be so cool to have ducks. Dude, on TikTok, I follow so many like accounts that have like farms and shit.
Yeah.
And like, I would love to have a cow.
Oh my God, me too.
Cows
a baby
are
cow.
so cute. God. I've told you about this. My brother, he used to work on a farm, and I think I've said it on the pod before, but he like, when he worked on the farm, he would like help deliver baby cows.
Oh.
And so like, he doesn't have them on his Instagram anymore, but he would like post an Instagram.
Oh, you told me this, yeah.
He posted an Instagram like on the grid because it was like a while ago. And it would be like a wet, like shitty baby cow that just came out of its mom. And then he'd be like, I brought beautiful Annabelle into the world today.
Still got the like, what is it called? What's the sack called?
Oh, placenta?
Placenta's still like hanging from it and stuff?
Yeah, it was all gooey and shit.
Man.
And my brother
was he in it? Or is it just a picture of her?
Just a picture of her. He was like fresh out of prison posting these pictures. Fucking beautiful.
If you don't know what's going on, it just looks like it could be like a rotting carcass.
I know, yeah. Had the pleasure of bringing beautiful Annabelle into this world today. It was like multiple pictures of cows.
Her eyes are stuck together right now because of a remnant placenta, but
yeah,
she'll see the world soon.
Yeah. It's just so it was so fucking funny. It's just like, you could just tell by his post that he was so touched by like assisting in a birth of an animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so fucking sweet.
We gotta get your brother on this pod.
Dude, I would love, I don't think he would want to.
Yeah.
But like, I would love to have him on the pod.
Though.
Yeah, I want to give him a little bit
We
drunk.
would be saying ridiculous stuff about vomit and like, I don't know, cum shots or whatever we talk about.
Yeah, cum shots.
And then he'd be
Dolphin 69.
He would just say something like really sweet and innocent.
Yeah. He's also like, I don't know, he's like a little bit, he's more reserved than I am. So he probably wouldn't like get like too fun on the pod. He'd be like, haha, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He'd be like, here's the thing I wrote down that's nice.
Yeah. I know. It's like the sweetest man. It's like unreasonable how sweet he is.
Yeah.
And he's also a white guy with dreadlocks.
That's correct. Probably not what you pictured, huh?
Yeah, definitely not.